Some coasters are overrated, some coasters are underrated, and some coasters are rated just right. I'm not Goldilocks with that just right crap. Let's take a look at some coasters I think get more hate than they deserve. Starting with a softball, I genuinely enjoy this ride. Back row, left side, outer seat actually gives me forces despite the widely hated Vesta strains, and I feel like I'm flying when I ride this thing. The front row also offers a surprisingly intense wind-in-your-face experience that I found made it difficult to keep my eyes open. The dive off the lift gets me every time in a way many other dives just can't achieve. I have a feeling that the hatred for this one can be chalked up to mob mentality, honestly. Best restraints in a wing coaster in America generally means this ride was doomed to be hated by enthusiasts from the start. I don't think this ride is worth more than a 30-minute wait, but if you can get it when it's walk-on or even 10 to 15-minute wait, this ride is well worth it. There are 3 reasons that most people trash talk this coaster. Firstly, the straight track, secondly, the helix, and lastly, the park it's in. Not gonna lie, none of these things really bother me. This was a prototype coaster designed perfectly for the land that it's placed on. I suppose the straight track could have been a speed hill, but for a 1999 design, this is fantastic. The rest of the layout gives great airtime, and the helixes break up airtime hill after airtime hill with some low to the ground speed around water. I truly think if this coaster was at any major park, it would be considered an elite coaster. The fact that it's at Darien Lake just makes it better for me, to be honest, because there's barely a line for it. I have not had to wait more than a station wait on this coaster all season. The only thing that would actually make it better for me is not having one train ops, but that's kind of a nitpick based on the current wait times anyway, so I don't really care. I actually don't understand why people call this one mid. The only issue I had with it was this trim break right here, but it's a B&M Hyper, of course it's gonna have trims. The helix around the fountain is a cool park interaction moment, and the layout is kinda like Mako Jr. The ops let me pick my own row, and I will say that while the back row trounces the front row on this ride, in my experience, it should be noted that trims kinda feel like they hit harder in the back. Like I said though, this model almost always has trims on the new ones anyway, so that isn't really a point away in my opinion. The drop is fun, the 5-second floater hill was awesome, and I feel like this is another mob mentality situation. It's certainly not the best in its class, but it's not the worst either like I've seen some people claim. Let me start by saying I do not think enough people have ridden this ride, and I assume that's why I don't see people talking about it. This is like a pocket-sized The Voyage, literally built by Gravity Group right before they made The Voyage, and the design elements definitely follow. The only issue I have is that it isn't that long, but that can be forgiven as they only had so much space to work with. The airtime is great, and riding a roller coaster over literal traffic is so cool. I highly recommend anyone who can gets to Waldameer and gives this the old college try. I have many more options to choose from, but I'll stop here for now. Let me know if you have any underrated coasters on your credits list, and consider scribing as I am this close to 1,000 subs. I'm Josh from Station Wait. Have a great day.